Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ken.
This is Dex.
This is Ken.
This is Eric.
This is Alter Apex Radio.
What are you talking about? We rocked the balls off that place.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are the band Alter Apex. Thanks so much for coming to hang out with us for another episode of Alter Apex Radio, our weekly-ish show where we invite you in to hang out, come hang out with our band. We'll tell you about some new music that we're discovering while we're out there promoting our most recent music. And hang out. We have some great stuff in store.
No. Stick around. Hang out with us.
Make sure to click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can keep up to date with our videos. Check out the Alter Apex Radio playlist on Spotify. Just search that there and it'll pop up. And also, if you listen to Apple Music for your streaming, there is a link in the description that you can click to access that playlist.
All right, so like Ken mentioned, we are the band Alter Apex. We play grungy type rock. Go ahead and check us out on the social media channels. Our Instagram handle is alter_apex. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. We have a 4-song EP that's available to stream. And also, as of recently, we have a brand new song called Draw the Curtains Out. So thank you to everybody that's been listening to it. Thank you to the playlists that have added us so far. Probably by the time you watch this, there's also going to be a music video that you should go and check out too.
Hey, let me ask you something. Are you ready to get your world rocked?
Ready! Yes.
All right, now it's time to get into some new music. First up, we have some incredibly talented friends of ours from the UK called Just a Ride. Honestly, we can't say enough cool shit about this band. They totally rule. They're great songwriters. Every guy in the band just is great with their instrument of choice, and they're just cool guys. They've been really supportive of us. We've been trying to be really supportive of them and what they do. They've said something that we think is very true. I think we are kind of just kindred spirits, separated by the pond in between us, aka the ocean. But they are dropping a single. Actually, as we record this episode, they're dropping a single in just a couple days that is called Razor, and we are lucky enough to have that track to share with you in advance. By the time you're watching this, it's actually going to already be released, so go and stream it, but you're going to hear it here perhaps first. And this is the song Razor by the band Just a Ride. There it is. Dudes. So I know I've heard this song. I've heard this song. Rod shared it with me a little while back, and I've listened to it quite a few times. I love it. I know, Eric, you've heard this song. Ken, K-Dub, and Dex, you guys haven't heard it yet. I love the spaciousness that just came in right there. Like, you didn't know exactly where that transition was going to go, and then it opened up. It was huge.
Yeah, the dynamics were just so huge. I really loved how it, like, through all the rocking, and it goes to that part, and it sort of goes to like a cleaner part, and then boom, hits you, and it hits hard. This is a great sounding track.
That intro, that phaser that they had on that, I think that was a great build. Rod's voice is killer. In this track, I keep thinking of the singer of a band. They had quite a bit of a following back in the day. That was kind of like, one of the things about this band and our band is that we both have a common history in punk music and pop punk, stuff like that. And his voices reminded me of a band called Cauterize. And Cauterize was really what I hear a lot in Just a Ride. There's a blend of this 80s rock element happening, which is really attractive to me.
I thought you were going to say Bowling for Soup, because I also hear a little
I hear that.
Yeah.
from that as well.
A little bit.
Yeah, dude.
And that's
I like that you brought in a
compliment. I like Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you brought in the 80s rock thing too, man, because like number one, that's like my favorite era, right? I mean, I grew up on MTV and the Guitar Gods, you know, but with the 80s rock element, I think it's like the dirty side of 80s rock, right? Like Guns N' Roses, like the just, you know, the stuff that wasn't ultra cheese and like that was just really core rock. But
every time you do this, Eric, every time you start like dogging on something, I liked that stuff.
I like Poison, but
no, dude, don't get me wrong. I love the cheesy stuff too, dude. I don't even mean that, because I will listen to Poison and all that stuff all day long, dude. I watched Rock of Love. Come on, man, you know.
He covered Loverboy. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
This is
it's
true.
stuff. But the thing that's getting me, and probably, you know, some of it is because that's what my ear always attuned to, but is just the bass, dude. The grooves in this part, like it's just
so good, man.
Yeah, the first time I heard this one, I was just blown away, dude. And I think, you know, the new bassist Russ, right? Because he wasn't on the what they've released so far.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I had actually shot him. I commented, or I said something at one point. He sent me a DM saying, "No, dude, it's not me. I joined after." And I was like, "Oh, my bad. I guess you know, should have paid a little more attention."
Hope you don't mess it up live.
I know. No, dude, but it's yeah, he's killer, dude. He is freaking a killer bassist, and just the way everything is working together, dude. The production on this album,
it's
like,
mixed so good.
It is unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. So I'm stoked for these dudes, man. I'm stoked. They're gonna blow up. I hope they blow up. They deserve to blow up.
I told him, dude, like when you do your world tour, don't forget about your boys in Alter Apex when you hit the States, because we want to open some of those shows.
Yeah, you know, when you guys are making $100,000 a show, and you know, just please pay us $100 a night.
Well, I mean, they're like, let's not get carried away, you know.
$50, okay.
Yeah.
That guitar tone, dude. Their guitar player. I'm mad at you because you sound so good. Like he tears it up, man. Like, and he's a session player too. He plays for some pretty big acts, but like his guitar tone is very 80s as well. Like it reminds me, like it's like Eddie Van Halen type stuff. Those riffs, you know. Obviously, there's a lot of, I hear a lot of STP in his riffing as well.
I get that.
But just it's played super well, and those tones, I love his guitar tones.
Yeah, those guitar tones remind me of like the really, really awesome like a JCM 800 or like a hot rodded Marshall. You know, like the slash tone, you know, for instance, that's what I hear.
What does he play out of? Is it like I didn't even is it orange? Does he use orange?
It doesn't matter. It's awesome.
It could be a cube, dude, and it'll sound like that. This guy.
It's a crate practice amp, 8-inch speaker.
Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah, those echoes in there of the distorted vocal, just great stuff. Like, I mean, one of the things that could be said about this tune, I mean, like, it's easy to miss some of the elements because it's done so well, it's written so well. Each performance of each individual instrument, the vocal is put together so well, it just kind of sweeps you away.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
so, like, it's easy to get caught up in it and just be like, this is a great rockin' song. Like, and
This is happening to me right now, dude. I'm just soaking it all in. It's like this.
it's
The whole
badass,
record's
right?
like this too. Yeah, like these guys have put in some serious time, and like, just, I mean, you can tell just from the way their social media is managed that they have killer work ethic too, you know. So it's just, it's showing, man. It's killer. So I looked up the video. In the video for I Want to Know, they have orange cabinets. It looks like orange heads too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that solo, it was perfect, but it was also not like, I mean, because like I've seen this dude play, and like he could have just came in all like he could be like, all right, now it's my time, man. Like, I'm gonna make it look like I don't even belong playing with these other guys, you know. But he didn't. Like that, I could play that solo. Like that solo was very straightforward, super melodic, very tasteful. And when
Perfect
you
for
have
the song.
yeah, exactly. Like when you've got a player that, you know, could shred like Dimebag, but he comes in and just rocks some octaves that just feel really good. I think there's something to be said for that. Like
there's a
really
difference between like a non-seasoned musician, someone starting out that just wants to play every note that they can, you know, than an actual seasoned musician that knows, okay, I'm going to play the best solo for the song.
Right.
If I could play like him, I'm just if I could play like the way he plays, I would just be like, look at me.
Yeah, that solo
awesome.
that solo was super killer. And what's great about it is that it not only did it fit perfectly with the song, but it added to the song, the overall like vibeness of the song and everything. That's a killer solo. That's probably one of the best I've heard on some of these songs.
Those vocal harmonies are a very cool touch.
Yeah,
like it brought a different flavor, you know, when he started coming in with those. Is making me think of like some of those like really heavy like vocal harmony focused bands. Like, I mean, I think of 80s metal, So I think of like Striper did a lot of that stuff, like where they would do like intros where it's like all like, but I also thought of Queen when I heard that part.
Queen for sure.
Like
Yeah.
just, to throw in that extra, it's several parts to that harmony. I mean, Dex, you would be able to name how many parts, but
right.
Like what the hell.
Another band that like vocally and sort of like musically as well that Just Right, at least with this song, is reminding me of. We keep mentioning 80s metal, and I think a band that doesn't get mentioned a lot because they were sort of like in their own league was Tesla.
Oh, I love Tesla,
dude. Like they sort of have like that sort of like raspy vocal timbre going on with like some really rocking guitars, dude. Like
I hear that. I hear that. That's a good pull from this, because I can definitely hear it. But yeah, this is the bass is fun.
killer.
And those bass fills are very groovy, and it's just like the guitar solo. It's not overdone and insanely technical, but like it adds just a different element that I think is really just appealing, and he changes it up the whole time too. That's what's cool, man. It's definitely not repetitive.
Yeah, dude. I think that bass is just keeping that energy there in the back, while it's giving the guitars and the vocals even just to kind of stray away for a little bit and do their own thing and come back. And it's
so sad, like when I think about the lack of respect that bass and bass players get in music, because I think that a lot of people, they love a song or they love a band and they don't realize that they love it because of the bass player. Like they love a certain song, but they don't realize that they love it because of the bass. Like that's what's giving them the rhythm. That's what's, I mean, if you take that out, it's just void.
Like the perfect example that I can think of is like, you can have like a band that's totally killer. Their drummer is totally on point. The guitar players kick ass. The vocalist is really, really good. And then if you have like a subpar bass player, automatically your band is not as good as it can be. Like for sure. Like I've seen bands on record. No, you're good. Don't do that. Like it's so funny.
He's like, so I'm the weak link.
Not at all. Eric is killer. I've watched this guy play bass for years. So like, but no, it's like when you see like a band and there's just something off about it, and you don't quite know what it is. It's like, oh, that band, not very good. It's usually the bass player, because the bass and drums not locked in, or the bass is just doing too much or too little. Bass drives everything.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Which is crazy when bands pull it off without a bassist, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because there's plenty of bands
they need something.
Yeah.
They need something that fills it. Like Valixy, they use tones that fill that piece in. Like
Middle Class
H
is the same. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Local H back in the day, I think that they just used a huge amount of guitar noise, and they really cranked the low end, man. But I feel like it was missing live.
Yeah.
That guitar player of Local H had like, I think it was like a bass pickup that was like installed in his guitar. I remember reading like a big old article on it. I mean, it was because I was like, how the hell are they playing bass but not playing bass?
Well, you digress a bit, guys. Oh, sorry.
No. So I saw Fever 333. Have you guys heard those guys? You know who that is? Have you ever heard of Let Live, Dex? The band Let Live? No? Well, anyway, so the singer of Fever 330, I can't even talk. The singer of Fever 333 was the singer Let Live. They were an Epitaph band, kind of screamy, and but this new band, they sound a lot like, kind of like Rage Against the Machine-ish, has like a real strong hip hop element with rock, but they actually don't have a bassist. And I took my son to see them because they play, was it the Alice in Chains show?
Yeah. Dex and I were stuck in traffic. We missed it.
They opened the Alice in
We
Chains.
missed it. We mixed it.
But Fever 333 is was my son's favorite band at the time, dude. He freaking loved those guys. And so we went early and stuff, but they don't have a bassist, but there's pre-recorded bass. So it's needed, right? I mean, you still got to have it one way or the other.
Oh, for sure. It's like back in my old band in Phoenix, we had a bass player. We ousted the bass player, and then we just used an iPod. I think we're all like, our bass player doesn't mess up.
I guess anybody is somewhat replaceable by the tracks these days. But yeah, sometimes it can really suffer when you do that. But we digress a bit, guys. But congratulations on your new single, Just a Ride.
Insane.
Killer song.
Super good.
Cannot wait for the whole album to be out in the world. We cherish the fact that we've connected and that we're friends even this far apart. We'd love to hang someday if we get to hang out in person, play a show together. Regardless of that, though, we're going to keep up with what you guys are doing. We're going to keep supporting you guys. And we just we're very happy for you guys. Killer sound, killer song. Congrats.
It rocked. It rocked my ass off.
All right, so up next we have a band that we found a lot of bands all over the world. We've been featuring a lot of bands that aren't even from the States, but we've got a band coming up next that is from Nashville. They are called True Villains, and I found these dudes in connection with they were featured alongside another band we covered a few weeks back. Called Cold Shoulder. You guys remember Cold Shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
So they had there was a feature that came across their feed that included this other band called True Villains, and so I checked them out, and they have a new single out, and we're gonna listen to that song. It's called Dig Your Grave. Came out March 5th, and these guys have a few tunes, and this song seems to be doing quite well. And so let's check it out. Here's Dig Your Grave by True Villains.
Oh yeah,
That's so sick, right?
That was cool.
Okay.
Nice.
That was a killer line. Did you guys hear that lyric?
Yeah.
You made your bed, now lie in it. You dug your grave, now die in it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is a great chorus. Check it out. China, dude?
Yeah, man.
He was murdering that China. That was killer.
Yeah.
I love the dude's voice. I know we already referenced 80s rock, 80s metal.
I'm
we
still
were talking
getting
about
it,
just for ride, just a ride. So, what are you guys thinking, man?
The tones are insane. I'm loving it, dude. That bass is just that feel that we were all like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, dude.
That was cool, man. But the riffing is really good too, man. Just the way the riffs are written in that first verse, like it wasn't going the direction I thought it was going to go, but it like totally made sense and was just even better than what I expected, right? So it was. Yeah, it's really well put together. The vocals are cool. The effects on the vocals too are I think really just kind of bring out that dynamic to the song that makes it, just awesome to listen to.
Yeah, you got that distortion happening on the vocal, and I think that the verse, like vocally on the verse, I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is different, like because they're putting the distortion on there, but it was also somewhat minimal in approach. Like I didn't hear any doubling, I didn't hear any extra stuff. They took some thought to let the song build, and then by the time the chorus hit, that's a great chorus line. I mean, I've only heard it like, I think this is the second time I've heard it, but like that reach for me, like it's a great line. Like you can already sing it, after hearing it just a couple times. But yeah, it's very cool. I definitely get the 80s rock feels, which I love.
6 feet down, you feel just like here. You talk so much that you use up all the air. Well, I've had enough.
Bass player's sick.
There's nothing left to lose. Just save your breath, lay us to rest. I'm not your fool. You reach for me to pull you up when you give up to me.
See, like, I mean, I actually hear that riff, that intro riff, great riff. That could almost be like an early 2000s emo band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But then, like, when you're getting into the chorus, like, I'm picturing, like, these guys could have been on tour with Dokken in the mid 80s. Right? Like, they could have been opening up for Wasp or Quiet Riot, and it would have fit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's got almost a timeless, like, sound to it, right? I think it fits within multiple
Thank you. That's
decades.
kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, multiple decades and genres, because I definitely hear like a punk element to it too. The beat in the chorus, the even the riff, like you said, it was emo-ish, right? Like when the whole, I don't know, so many subgenres or whatever, but like there was kind of a whole little metal side to the emo wave too, right? That was
totally.
It
was because it was us. It was guys that of our age, that like we grew up listening to freaking Dokken and Motley Crue and Metallica. A lot of us learned how to play guitar to like Metallica and stuff, and all that stuff's gonna work itself in.
Yeah. Did you guys ever hear the band Black Tide?
Yes.
So did you ever hear their first record?
I think the stuff I've heard was early. I can't remember for sure.
Because those guys had a super 80s metal vibe to them. Like I think the singer even sounded like Mark Slaughter. But the guitars in this really remind me of that record.
Slaughter was my favorite band.
Oh, I love Slaughter.
Like they were my first band that I called my favorite band. Like that was when I was like 9 years old. I mean,
I still remember when I bought that cassette, dude. Like I was in 7th grade. I was on spring break and I went to visit a buddy in Houston. I was in Houston and he showed it to me. So we went to the music store and I bought it while I was on that trip to listen to my Walkman. Yeah,
dude, me and you are gonna have to vibe out to some Slaughter someday. Like that would be so fun.
Dude, why not? Of course.
Because like I know all those songs, man. I loved that band. It's there. Actually, if we're going to make the comparison, his voice sounds a lot like the singer from Great White.
Mm-hmm.
It does, right?
I mean, I think the delivery is certainly different, but I think, I think it's real similar.
Yeah, for sure. Just like don't go like setting a club on fire. I think Great White did that.
They did do that and people died, bro. It's horrible.
Right.
I feel bad for laughing now.
You made your bed now, lie in it. You dug a grave now, die in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
That was sick. I'm gonna say something, and like if the lead guitar player watches this video, he's gonna be like this. I think they should have brought that lead guitar up a little bit more in that solo.
Yeah.
Just because it was killer.
It was killer,
Yeah.
man. Like it was
Yeah.
great. I mean, you could hear it, but I was like, oh, I want to hear it some more. But yeah, this is great. We're gonna end up starting like a band fight. The guy's gonna be like, I fucking told you, man. I told you.
Dude,
I'm kind of in love with that dude's
Freaking
voice.
killer, man.
After
that was
track.
good. That was
Very
really
good.
good. Like I love it when we hear a song that I'm like, oh, I'm adding that to my library.
Yeah,
It's not just
right.
I'm not just gonna hear it on our playlist. It's gonna be in my library. That was good, dude. I love that.
So, I mean, one thing that's exciting about these guys are actually stateside. So, you know, we're over here in New Mexico, and congratulations, True Villains, on this song. It sounds killer. We'd love to play a show with you sometime. If you make it out to New Mexico on tour, we would love the honor of hanging with you dudes and opening up for you. But yeah, great songs. I can't wait to get into more of this band's catalog. Looks like all their music is 2020.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
relatively new. Yeah, well, congrats, guys. Killer sounding song, and hope you enjoyed hanging with us and listening to us rave about it.
Rock that shit.
Up next, we've got another band from right here in the States, from Atlanta, Georgia, I've gathered. They're a band called Misty Eyed. Looks like these guys are really young. We actually have had quite a few bands and artists that we featured on this show that have been super young and very impressive and put us to shame. And so, but yeah, I came across these guys. How was it? I think that we were on a playlist together, and some of the influences that they cite from their bio on Spotify: Ozzy Osbourne, Killer, Metallica, Evanescence, Breaking Benjamin, Five Finger Death Punch. Definitely into some of those bands quite a bit. Let's see here. Lacey Sturm, I mean, that's one of my favorite vocalists. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, love those guys. So there's quite a blend here in what they're calling on. But yeah, I spun this song and I really, really liked it quite a bit. So let's check it out. This tune is called Run, and it's by the band Misty Eyed. Killer, right?
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
There's
That
a lot of
chorus is
great
great.
musicianship happening. Yeah, the chorus is huge. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like the drum work is really, really killer. There's a lot of cool fills happening.
Yeah, he's got some chops for sure.
Like there's some nice, intricate, not overpowering double bass work that's happening that's very cool.
Right. Yeah.
And then the guitar work like reminds me of like Seosin and stuff. Maybe that's where like the Red Jumpsuit types of things, the tones being kind of metal but very melodic, just like little runs here and there.
In that the clean picking part, I totally heard Thursday. That totally reminded me of Thursday. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can hear that too. Her voice It's fantastic. I actually, before we jumped on to do this episode, I was on their Instagram and I listened to an acoustic version that they posted of just, you know, 3 of them just sitting on the couch playing some acoustic guitar and singing this song. The dog is digging the tune. So hopefully you guys are dog people. But they were just, you know, chilling on a couch singing the song, and she sounded fantastic. Like her voice was just on point. And yeah, she's a great vocalist, you can tell for sure. And that chorus is epic. Little screams and stuff there.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's a hardcore break right there. I mean,
Yeah.
like that was something like if you accented that more, that could belong on like an As I Lay Dying record.
Yeah. Right?
When they busted
Yeah.
into that straightforward thing there. Let me go back to it.
The little Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Sick.
That chorus just makes me feel great, man. I love her vocal line there. What felt like a lifetime, and it opens up like it's killer. Her phrasing too, very well written. Like it's very captivating in her phrasing, like on that whole chorus. It's just it's perfect. Do you guys like, I mean, we all pick up on each individual stuff. Like, you know, Ken, you're gonna picking up on the drums. I'm always talking about the vocalists, you know, and like the writing and the melody and stuff. That part's always very important to me. But yeah, I haven't like I gotta key in on some of the bass stuff, because you know if the drummer's shredding like that, the bass player is probably like I said in one of the other songs, Eric, like it's such a shame that like bass players don't get enough respect and credit. Like I oftentimes get drawn there by you guys going like, oh, that bass part, and I'm like, oh, there's bass. Like, I need to like be drawn in sometimes to find it.
Yeah.
Did the somebody is a metalhead in this band, like, and it's and they're like, you know, they're bringing it all together. Were you gonna say something, Ken?
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, that's usually like we'll elaborate on like the bass or drums or something, and you're like, oh yeah, there's drums in this song. There's bass. No, but yeah,
I didn't even notice. I just thought it was a cappella.
Yeah, that's actually the second thing I look for is I hear the drums, but then I hear the bass right after. I guess that's just because that's how it works usually, right?
Yeah, for sure. They did
Drums and
definitely
bass.
work together. Let's get back to that. I backed it up a little bit so we could hear that real heavy break. That's sick.
There we go. The pit's opening up now, and everyone's.
Ooh, that was good.
That was tasty.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Great.
Wow.
I think that was probably whoever was screaming. They started singing. Like, did you hear that stuff? Like, they were doing some like cool harmonies and O's and stuff in the background.
Yeah.
A little bit. There we go.
Nice. What I thought was going to happen there at the end was I thought they were going to go back to the heavy break. I'll bet you there was a band debate. I'll bet like the metalhead of the band was like, I want to come in, I want to do the again, like you know. But I really like what they chose to do.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And you know, there was a lot of blending of genres in that, man. Like I heard a lot of like just the mid 2000s emo with like probably the rock going on in that period, and then also like it's pretty metal in parts, dude. It is like really metal in parts, and I love that, man. Like I didn't expect that the you know, as melodic as those vocals are, and she's a killer vocalist, dude. But like, you know, the you know, screamy parts were just actually a really good accent that I just didn't expect to be there.
Because a lot of the bands that I would think of with that genre, and like, I mean, I'm not super familiar with them, but I think that this could fit really, really well alongside a band like Skillet or a band like Evanescence. And from what I've heard of those bands, I don't think they do that very much, like the real heavy growl and a big breakdown. Like you were saying, Ken, like, I mean, the pit was definitely opening up at that part, you know. And so yeah, there's something in there for quite a few different types of listeners. So it's definitely a successful work for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like, not only did they blend like genres really well, it's like you could really tell, like, you know, of course I'm going to gravitate towards a guitar player, but like you could definitely hear, like, it wasn't just straight up power chords. They were playing some very intricate, like, very melodic chords and very, very cool stuff that like I definitely wasn't expecting. These guitar players, they've done their homework. They know what they're doing.
My guess too, when I look at pictures of these guys, I'm thinking early 20s maybe.
Wow.
You know, so
well, we keep bringing up, it's all like, if you think that you've done something well, there's a band that's going to do it that much better, you know.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, congratulations, guys. It sounds great. Again, that was the song Run by the band Misty Eyed. Definitely, or Misty Eyes, right? No, Misty Eyed with a D. Make sure to check them out if you liked that song. Keep up with what they're doing. We certainly will be keeping up with you guys. And yeah, so congratulations and looking forward to the next one from you guys.
Holy Leslie, that was awesome.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. Hope you dug the tunes that we checked out on today's episode. Definitely check out our new song, Draw the Curtains. Just dropped a few days ago. And we're really, really stoked on the response that it's getting. Thank you guys so much for listening. And our new video should be out by the time you see this as well. So search Draw the Curtains, Alter Apex on YouTube. And we have a few other songs that we put out last year that we'd love for you to check out. If you like the hard rock, metal, grunge type sound, that's where we tend to land. So hope you enjoyed hanging out. We'll see you next time. Peace.